Trump sets Thursday deadline for Ukraine to accept peace plan with Russia.
Nghệ An Provincial Party Secretary receives Governor of Kaluga, Russia.
Traditional craft villages busy with year-end orders.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. I'm Hwang In, and here we go to first up of the show. U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday set November 27th as the deadline for accepting a 28-point peace plan proposed by his administration to end the Russia-Ukraine conflict.
Well, he'll have to like it, and if he doesn't like it, then,
The contents of the U.S. plan require the U.S. and other countries to recognize Russia's sovereignty over Crimea, Donbass, and other territories that Ukraine would have to cede. The plan also requires Ukraine to reduce the size of its military. Many of the 28-point plan's contents have been rejected by Ukrainian and European officials in previous rounds of consultations and are now considered significant concessions to Russia. In his latest speech on Fox News, President Trump warned that if Ukraine does not accept territorial concessions now, it will have to accept them when more territories fall under Russian control.
Japan and China have just issued messages on each side's stance on bilateral relations.
Image Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi stated that Japan's policy of promoting a mutually beneficial relationship and maintaining a constructive and stable relationship with China is completely unchanged. Referring to which situation is considered a threat to Japan's survival, Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi said that the government will make a comprehensive assessment based on all information in accordance with the actual situation. Meanwhile, on the same day, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Mao Ning said that promoting stable and constructive Japan-China relations must comply with the principles and consensuses defined in the 4 political documents between the two countries, as well as respect political commitments.
This afternoon, the Secretary of Provincial Party Committee, Nguyễn Thị Minh Khai, just held a courtesy reception for the governor of Kaluga Province, Russian Federation, on the occasion of the delegation's visit in Nghệ An.
On behalf of the provincial leaders, Provincial Party Secretary Nguyen Kak Than extended cordial greetings to the delegation, emphasizing that the Vietnam-Russia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership is creating favorable conditions for Nghệ An and Kaluga to expand cooperation. The Provincial Party Secretary informed the delegation that Nghệ An is a bright spot in FDI attraction, ranking among the top 10 nationwide for 3 consecutive years. He also expressed confidence that the meeting would promote cooperation in various fields: economy, industry, pharmaceutical research, medical equipment, culture, and tourism. The Provincial Party Secretary affirmed that Nghệ An is ready to create the most favorable conditions for Kaluga enterprises to survey opportunities and expand cooperation locally. For its part, Governor Shapsha of Kaluga thanked the hosts for the warm and cordial reception. He introduced Kaluga as a modern industrial, scientific, and technological development center of Russia. The province currently has a large-scale dairy production industry and is being supported by President Putin to become a nuclear training center.
Upcoming are some updated news.
Accelerating the construction and development of industrial clusters is an essential direction in Nghệ An Province's socio-economic development strategy for the 2021-2030 period. With a vision to 2050, the province is prioritizing and promoting the attraction of enterprises, cooperatives, and organizations to invest in the construction and business of industrial cluster infrastructure. To date, the province has 30 established industrial clusters, with a total area of over 842 hectares. In addition, 27 industrial clusters, with a total area of over 701 hectares, have had their detailed planning approved, and 21 industrial clusters with a total area of nearly 579 hectares have had their technical infrastructure construction investment projects approved with a total investment of over VND 1,900 billion. In the period of 2023-2025, the People's Committee of Nghệ An Province has issued a decision to establish 5 industrial clusters.
By the end of October, Vietnam recorded 2.75 billion USD in newly registered capital and about 1.5 billion USD in dispersed capital from FDI enterprises in real estate. The capital structure has also changed, increasingly flowing into industrial real estate, infrastructure real estate, new urban areas, logistics zones, smart urban areas, etc. This is in line with global trends and reflects the long-term vision of foreign investors. Experts say that one of the driving forces to attract FDI into real estate is investment policies and an improved business environment. Vietnam has implemented many measures to reform administration, digitize procedures, improve transparency in licensing and land management, and reduce costs and risks for foreign investors.
The 24th Vietnam Film Festival opened with a ceremony at Thong Hat Hall in Ho Chi Minh City on November 21st. Under the theme Vietnamese Cinema, Sustainable Development and International Integration in the New Era, the 24th Vietnam Film Festival is an important event, marking a new step of development of Vietnamese cinema in the journey of international integration. A special highlight of the event is the official recognition of Ho Chi Minh City by UNESCO as a global creative city of cinema, recognizing the city's efforts to develop the cultural industry, film production infrastructure, and its potential to become a regional cinema center.
With approximately 3 months remaining until the Lunar New Year, traditional craft villages and production households in Nghệ An are actively preparing and ramping up production to meet the market demand for the year-end season. More in the story today.
Previously, traditional rice cracker production facilities in Nghệ An often faced significant difficulties in supplying goods for the Tet season because the late year months typically brought cold, rainy weather with insufficient sun for drying the crackers outdoors. However, many facilities have now invested in modern machinery and drying systems. They can produce thousands of crackers per day without relying on outdoor drying. Therefore, even though the weather this year has been particularly rainy, these facilities remain busy producing to fulfill the large volume of year-end orders.
Currently, drying the crackers no longer depends on the weather because we use a closed-loop drying system. We use the system, and by the end, the crackers are completely dry, and we can even grill them using the machine. This allows us to create a large volume of products that are consistent in quantity and quality, enabling us to ship our rice crackers further away.
Along with rice cracker craft villages and production facilities, in the eel processing craft village of Hop Minh Commune, dozens of producing households have also been increasing investment in equipment, labor, and raw materials to process products for the year-end and Tet market. Their focus is on convenient product lines that busy consumers can easily use to create diverse and rich meals.
Starting from October, my workshop has ramped up production to meet orders right up until the Tet holidays. Purchasing power increases by 7 to 8 times during this period. We produce products that offer convenience to customers, such as marinated eel, rolled eel, eel fillet, crispy fried eel, and dried eel. These are the products customers really enjoy using during Tet.
Every year, the period 2 to 3 months before Tet, Lunar New Year, is the peak production time for traditional craft villages and manufacturing facilities in Nghệ An, as the demand for orders significantly increases. Currently, these craft villages have accelerated the volume of goods produced, increasing output by 30-40% compared to regular days, and this is expected to rise further in the months leading up to Tet. Besides focusing on product quality, production facilities are also diversifying their sales methods to boost consumption.
Regarding consumption, we have several solutions to distribute the crackers far and wide, such as creating traditional distribution channels by going through agents, setting up online channels, selling on e-commerce platforms, and establishing digital channels to sell on online platforms.
This proactive push in production during the year-end months is helping Nghệ An's traditional craft villages and facilities ensure a stable supply for the Tet market, thereby raising local incomes and contributing positively to local socio-economic development.
The last story just ended our news today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now.